So in this video in the shop here, we got a 91 Honda 300. Just came in for some electrical issues where you're having no spark. Usually doesn't look this bad either. He's got everything for it. He's got all the plastics. And it's just a little dirty, but they just use it for exactly what a Honda 300 is supposed to be used for. Very nice guys. So I'm going to try to get this fixed up for him. Like I said, he changed the spark plug, put it in there, and did not have spark after that. So it might be the CDI, might be the coil, might be the stator, rectifier, anything like that. So I'm going to go through and kind of test out some things. And we'll start there. I mean, I've already kind of messed with it just a tad bit, but do have some parts coming for it already. We're going to try to rebuild this carburetor. I got an ultrasonic cleaner. And so we're going to see, just because it's been sitting up in the float bowl sticks a little bit. So kind of, he's got a new air filter, a new spark plug, and some other little things. Gonna go for it. So let's dig in with some electrical. Okay, so the first test is just to check the primary side coil. Supposed to get 1 to 2 ohms, and it's reading 3. I've had it jump up 4 to 5, so already that's out of spec a little bit. And then we'll go to the secondary side. So the secondary coil is supposed to measure 3.6 to 4.5, and I'm getting 4.2, so that's good on that one. That one's 4.2. Once again, 3.6 to 4.5, so that's testing out good. I don't think 1 ohm, 2 ohm, it still should give me a spark, but that's already out of spec. So the next thing on the 300 I'm going to test is this coil. I actually have another coil, a new one, just kind of have it around as a spare, so I'm going to throw that on and just see what the coil does before the CDI also gets here. So after doing some more testing on, of course, like I picked up from the old coil there, got the new coil on, didn't fix the spark issue, tested out just some connections down there next to the motor, and everything else. So of course I know that it's a very common issue for these CDIs to go out. You have your CDI and you have your alarm. Sorry, I'm not even in focus there. You got your CDI and your alarm box. The alarm box mainly deals, I think, with the oil, temp light, and so hence the alarm. So not too much going to go on with that, but it's all the CDI. Got him a new one of those, put it on, and of course with the new spark plug now, if I can get that just right. We've got spark. Anyways, most of your problems are going to be either from these connections right here. A bunch of times the fuse holders get old and corroded, and that will break off, allowing either you're not to have no lights in the front or something. So check your fuses first. Of course, I usually take an inline blade fuse and from like the automotive store and put that in there instead of the glass fuses. That's a good tip. I've seen the red on this red connector right here. All the connectors there go bad. Check that. But yeah, if you're having no spark, it's probably going to be the CDI. So they're relatively cheap, like $60, $80, something like that. So that's that part. Now we're going to move on to the carburetor. One reason why I'm moving so slow on this stuff is cut pretty much the tip of my thumb off, so it's definitely a hindrance. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about cleaning this carburetor up, but I do want to dissect it on camera just because I know the guy's going to watch it. And if you're watching, I mean, just take it apart and see what's going. I mean, as far as it is already, there's a bunch of tarnish in there, a bunch of old gas, so I don't know if this thing's ever been taken apart, which I don't believe it has. maybe up here on the top, but yeah, let's see what's going on with it. Not too bad. Just got some varnish in there, but the buildup is not too bad. Main jet looks all right. The main, or the pilot jet, main jet going all the way through is clogged up. All your ports down here are clean, but it's clogged up inside there. Count how many turns your air fuel mixture screw is out so you can match it up with the new one. So we got half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, hair past 3 turns. 2.5 is usually about your starting point when you're tuning a carburetor. 2.5 out. I'll have your needle with an O-ring, and there is a spring and washer down in here. There's your spring. You got your return spring for your diaphragm. Careful of your diaphragm and pulling that out. You got your needle. Slight varnish on that. The slide looks all right. Make sure there is a spring right here. Make sure that spring's up and down. Okay, so this is a crude way to take it out. You know, obviously lay it out. You know, you don't want to lay it out on something like this, especially if it's your first time doing it. Just keep track of all your parts and everything that comes out. Of course, the Rancher, the Foreman, most of the higher up Honda ones, it's going to have a whole lot more, like vacuum slide and vacuum lines coming up and over the top. 300 is pretty basic. One reason why I wasn't too worried about cleaning this up and you know, just getting it ready to go, because this is a new little toy I got. It's a ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to run it through that a few times, not right now just because it is kind of loud and it's laid out, so that will be coming up just tomorrow when I can film it. We'll run it through there, heat the water up, get some better cleaner in there, and do it for probably 20 minutes, 25, 30. We'll see. I actually already did it to this carburetor. That's the outcome of this one. This one was completely seized up. Okay, so we are going with a new carburetor on this one. I've been running these a lot, and I've had great luck with them. Every one of them's been fine. They last. They're a great replacement. Just be sure you get the one with the metal gas inlet right there. Another thing I like about these carburetors is they come with a new intake boot also. All metal backing, new O-rings, new clamps. It's not hard and worn out like that one is. So we're going to throw this on there. Gonna throw in his new air filter that he supplied and say it's about due for it. Throw this new one in there, get it oiled up, and he'll be ready to go. Alright, got the new air filter installed, all the carburetor hooked up, all his vent lines, throttles adjusted correctly. Thing is dialed in the tuning a little bit. His vent lines ran, cleaned out. New CDI box, new coil, new line, new spark plug. I ended up going with the other stock cap there. I like the way it's seated better. So after I just got done running that carburetor, as you saw before, this is the aftermath for 20 minutes, I believe. Okay, so I'm here on my lunch break, and got this cool little dog. I think it's my neighbor's. I don't even know. It must love 300s because I was sitting there working on it. Just walked on up and laid down. But finished dialing this thing in. Runs real good so far. Motor sounds great on it. Gonna take it for a little spin when my son gets home and see how she does.